On my last video about why you should not skip out on the 90-degree portion of a long head bias extension, I got a ton of comments talking about Elijah Mundy saying that we should stop at 90 degrees. So let's go over all of the nuances. But first I want to touch upon this. Please do your research first and don't just blindly follow and regurgitate what other influencers are saying. Because everything has a nuance, everything has a reason behind it. This is probably the biggest problem I see with the science-based lifting community is that people don't do their own research and understand the underlying mechanisms behind things, and instead they just blindly regurgitate what other influencers say. So now first, what the comment is saying about the long head not benefiting from stretch-mediated hypertrophy. Yes, this is true. So therefore, yes, there is no reason to explicitly not dead stop it on the way up in order to have more passive tension within the muscle to have more sarcomerogenesis. 2, yes, muscles do get more damaged in longer lengths. So sure, if you hit your tricep in above that 90-degree range, sure, it might get more damage because we're working it at a longer muscle length. And yes, your long head will still get worked well from 90 degrees to a full contraction. So let me bring in some more nuances. If the reason you are doing a tricep extension with your arms fixed at your side is to be properly biasing the long head, then I would still recommend you do not skip out on that 90-degree portion of the tricep extension. However, for example, if you are planning to use that tricep extension to just hit all 3 heads of your tricep effectively, and you're not doing, say, an overhead extension to bias the medial and lateral heads of the triceps, then sure, just stop at 90 degrees if you do not want to experience that muscle damage that will come from working the muscle at a longer length. However, if you feel that your long head specifically needs some more work because either you are doing an overhead extension already to bias the medial and lateral heads, or you're just doing a lot of pressing movements and you just feel like your long head's not getting worked, then again, I'd still recommend work it in that 90-degree range. And also I'd recommend supinated. I'll touch upon that in a different video. So yeah, I hope this helped and follow through.